So the Arizona Wildcats lose this game against the Oregon State Beavers. Final score: Arizona Wildcats 56 to the Oregon State Beavers 58. um, what I saw was that uh, just like UNL, whenever the Arizona Wildcats played UNLV, there was they were able UNLV, just like the Oregon State Beavers tonight, were able to somewhat shut down the post players. The Arizona post players were shut down pretty much. Tarczewski was pretty much shut down. He only ended up, well, shoot, he didn't get any rebounds at all. So they were able to shut him down pretty good. The I was looking at who was on Tarczewski. Um, there's a guy that went out. Uh, well, anyway, I think it was Gomez. I think was on Tarczewski, and he pretty much shut Tarczewski down. So Tarczewski didn't have any rebounds. And then Brendan Ashley didn't have any. Didn't really. Well, he had 3 rebounds, 2 offensive and 1 defensive. Uh, the Arizona Wildcats did pretty good on offensive rebounds. The total amount of offensive rebounds for the Arizona Wildcats was 7, and the total amount of offensive rebounds for the Oregon State Beavers was 3. So the Arizona Wildcats did okay on offensive rebounds. Brendan Ashley had 2, and Rondé Hollis-Jefferson had 3 offensive rebounds. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson is another guard. Well, actually, he was a forward here, but that it was really quite helpful. You get Stanley Johnson, and you get Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, and they're trying to help out your post players that aren't getting a lot of rebounds. So Brendan Ashley ends up with a total of 3 total rebounds, and Caleb Tarczewski had no rebounds whatsoever. I don't think the Arizona Wildcats have um, uh, that desire, the guys that have the desire to get those rebounds no matter what it takes. And maybe that's something that the Arizona Wildcats can work on, because as far as I'm concerned, that's the Arizona Wildcats' Achilles heel, is the lack of rebounds, and not being able to get rebounds. And a lot of times, what I've heard over the years is a lot of times rebounds is the ability to get rebounds is really who wants it more. It's not necessarily who's taller, or who's quicker, or anything like that, but it's more of who wants it more. And I mean, that was a lot of times that what I saw tonight was just um, just that lack of desire, and that lack of ability to get those second chance points, or those second chance shots, um, for the Arizona Wildcats. Even though the Arizona Wildcats did get seven total offensive rebounds, they got 19 total defensive rebounds, and the Oregon State Beavers had 29. So that was a huge difference between 19 and 29 defensive rebounds. So the Arizona Wildcats lost the rebound battle. 26. They had a total of 26 rebounds, while the Oregon State Beavers had 32 total rebounds. So that was a big killer, I think, for the Arizona Wildcats, was just the rebounds, and that's just something that that the Arizona Wildcats are gonna have to be working on definitely as time goes on, because if other teams can see what where are the Arizona Wildcats' weaknesses, then they can figure out ways to attack it, and if rebounding is one of our weaknesses, then it's going to make for a long season, and that was kind of understandable at the beginning of the season, was because last season, I think they had a record of 33 wins and 5 losses. That there was like 2 or 3 historical records that they set. So it's really hard to follow that up. So I wasn't expecting the Arizona Wildcats to be as strong as they were last year. But you could see how the Arizona Wildcats could have been as strong as they were last year, because they have 2 strong players in each position. I mean, Ristic and Tarczewski are both 7-footers and good post players, and then you got Cartwright and McConnell as point guards for the Arizona Wildcats, and then you got a whole bunch of guards, with Hollis-Jefferson and Stanley Johnson and Elliot Pitts and Gabe York are your Elliot Pitts and Gabe York are your 3-pointer specialists. And Gabe York did pretty good tonight. He scored 3 for 7 from 3-point land, but Elliot Pitts had a really hard time with 3 points. He shot 0 for 3 from 3-point land, but he did draw a couple fouls. He was 2 for 3 from the field from free throw percentage. The Arizona Wildcats shot 66% from free throw land tonight, as compared to the Oregon State Beavers, which shot 76%. The Oregon State Beavers had 17 free throw attempts, while the Arizona Wildcats had 27 free throw attempts. So the Arizona Wildcats were able to draw those fouls on the Oregon State Beavers, but I think what it was just the lack of desire to get those rebounds. We had T.J. McConnell for the Arizona Wildcats, point guard for the Arizona Wildcats, with 6 assists tonight, which is very cool. I was very happy about that. He tried to carry the game. He tried to put the game on his back and tried to make up for our lack of getting the ball inside. You're looking at turnovers. We only had 5 turnovers as compared to Oregon State Beavers, which had 10 turnovers. So we had a very small amount of turnovers, but I guess it's just the lack of with Tarczewski and Brendan Ashley. I think they were tight. They were timid, tense, and unable to make some good contributions. And when I'm saying good contributions, that I mean getting the ball down in the post, and being strong and bringing the ball strong, and bringing the ball up strong, and getting those nice easy lay-ins and things like that. So so the pressure was kind of thrown on T.J. McConnell, Hollis-Jefferson, and Stanley Johnson, and they were kind of the ones that were forced to try and do dribble penetrations because they couldn't really pass it off to Tarzewski or Brendan Ashley too much. Because I guess maybe they were defended so well. I don't know. Maybe they were defended so well, but that's why the Arizona Wildcats were lacking so much with defensive rebounds. I mean, 19 compared to 29 defensive rebounds. So there was something about the Oregon State Beavers that were able to get that get in the heads of the Arizona Wildcats and not allow the Arizona Wildcats to get um, those easy points in the paint. And that's one of the bread and butter things of the Arizona Wildcats. As far as the game tonight, I wanted to. We had we had we had a really bad start, a really slow start for the Arizona Wildcats. It was 21-20 at halftime, and I really expected the Arizona Wildcats to uh, come out fired up, much more fired up. But my wife said, I said it was, I told her that the reason why we lost this game was rebounds, but she seems to think that it's because the guys are tired, and maybe they are tired. I mean, I was looking at some of the information from one of the Sean Elliott was one of the sportscasters, and he was talking about the Arizona Wildcats had won, I think, 29, or had been, no, not won, but had been in the top 10, the AP top 10 for, I think, 29 seasons or 29 weeks straight, which is the most that any team had been in the top 10 AP poll. The next was Duke, and I think they were at 13 instead of 29. But so maybe that's one of the reasons why the Arizona Wildcats were so while they weren't able to take care of this game against the Oregon State Beavers. As far as the second chance points, Arizona Wildcats had 5 second chance points, and the Oregon State Beavers had 2 second chance points. Points off turnovers, the Arizona Wildcats had 14, as compared to the Oregon State Beavers, which had 9. So, yeah, I mean, the only thing that was just a really bad killer for the Arizona Wildcats, I mean, as far as I can see, is just the amount of rebounds. I think that 32 total rebounds for the Oregon State Beavers as compared to 26 total rebounds for the Arizona Wildcats. 19 of those rebounds were defensive for the Arizona Wildcats, and 29 were defensive for the Oregon State Beavers. So that was a huge difference, and like I said, they were just able to somehow shut down the Arizona Wildcats big men, Tarzewski, Ashley, and Dusan Ristic, and pretty much able to get the rebounds, and those second chance points would have really been helpful. I mean, we did win the Arizona Wildcats did win the second chance um, second chance points stat with 5 second chance points as compared to 2 second chance points for the Oregon State Beavers, but it was, I don't know, maybe the Arizona Wildcats were just having a cold night. I don't know what it was, but anyway, the Arizona Wildcats lose this game against the Oregon State Beavers. The Arizona Wildcats final score 56 to the Oregon State